And at the same time, to propose the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Mr. Ranjit Puranik, the Chairman and Managing Director of Sri Dhootapapeshwar Limited.
It's very strange when a vote of thanks first starts with an apology for not being able to keep the time. So I do apologize on behalf of us as organizers for not really keeping the time. And when a meeting gets prolonged, there is automatically a kind of a fatigue that sets in. But nonetheless, I think the treat was complete. Chairman Sir, your words have been carefully listened to. Chairman Sir, you may have spoken very briefly, but I think you have spoken very deeply. And I think that the points that have been made, especially the final point that you made, sir, with regards to the philosophy of research that we in the Ayurveda sector, it doesn't matter in which geography you are, but what is going to be the philosophy of our research? And how do we place it? What is going to be the kind of resources that we will put forward to ensure that we realize this potential from our ancient medical heritage? And I think this is a point very, very deep to ponder. The unfortunate part, I think, sir, you will agree, is that we will only know if we are right after the event has passed. And the good part is that we can continue to correct ourselves and do this course correction as long as we keep in mind that are we really achieving our full potential with regards the inheritance of this great medical science that we have. The Rasashastra Sambhasha was formed with a very simple philosophy, and it's given right up here on the board. It's an Indo-Sri Lankan forum for exchange of views and sharing of experiences on the science and practice of Rasashastra. To a very large extent, this forum also came about not because we're a manufacturing company, not only because we manufacture products and wish to sell more products, but also as a confidence boost within the sector, and a confidence boost from talking about minerals being purposefully intentioned in formulations with a therapeutic goal and not really to be classified as heavy metals. That stigma was something that we did not like. We believed that much more science needs to be brought in and much more science needs to be portrayed. And that's the reason this forum came about. I think what we saw today was the 6th edition of this forum that brought about this need for a multidisciplinary approach. And I think that is something that's come about. I think all of you will be quite pleased to note that a very premier institute like the IIT or the Indian Institute of Technology is today accepting PhD scholars who from even the Ayurveda stream. So they're ready to take on PhD scholars, and the PhD scholar would do it at behest of a IIT anywhere in India. So as I understand, this multidisciplinary welcoming of Ayurveda graduates, of Ayurveda scholars is very much there. I do believe that this multidisciplinary approach that is being followed today was an example of that. We also had learned practitioners talk to us about their own experience with Rasa products, and I think this is the kind of the speed that we require. I will now turn to the task at hand, which is the delivery of the vote of thanks, and let me start by thanking Government of Sri Lanka, especially Honorable Minister Sisir Jayakodi ji. He has been extremely cooperative. I have, over a period of the last year, met him thrice in India, and he has taken the trouble to travel to India. He has taken the trouble to even be here on both the days of this entire IUREX, and it is with his blessings that not only could we revive Rasashastra Sambhashan and take it to this restart mode that is there. Also, thank Commissioner General Dr. Dhamika Abhay Vardhana, because he has also been like an elder brother, encouraging us to ensure that there is a lot more collaboration between India and Sri Lanka, a lot more science that is being discussed, a lot more exchange of students and experience that is exchanged. I would like to thanking both of them first for this entire forum. And, today we had the this learned Professor S.G. Ranasinghe, who chaired this entire meeting. And I think his brief 6 minutes tells us about the kind of insight and the kind of thoughtfulness that we all need to take home from his message. I thank you, sir, for your patience, and I thank you for sparing your time and coming across and sharing this entire meeting. And I would also take this opportunity to thank both our co-chairs, Dr. K.P.K.R. Karunagoda, Madam, thank you for attending this entire session and being our co-chair, agreeing to be our co-chair. And of course, the second co-chair that we had was Dr. S.L. Vevala. Sir, your thoughts about dedicating more resources towards research, dedicating more projects, dedicating a very firm program that is continually available to students and scholars. That point is noted, that point is taken on board, and hopefully in our discussions with University of Kelaniya, as well as some brief discussions that we've had with even University of Colombo, we would be able to formalize these structures and come in with a program by which such kind of scholarships get encouraged. It may be small steps, but trust me, no steps will be backwards. That's the important part, and they will never stop. So that's something that certainly I would like to assure you. In her absence, I would like to communicate a very big thank you to Professor Priyani Paranagama. She has been a great source of inspiration. She may be chair of chemistry in University of Kelaniya, but her insightful queries have always propelled a lot of work for us to do. And I thank her today for her presentation, as I thank Professor SKMK Herapat Dinia. Madam, you have thrown great light on the safety studies, and I hope such and like safety studies, we can hasten the pace and move them from not only chronic to a different set of minerals also that we can bring about. It's something to be looked forward to. Dr. Shubhamangala Acharya, a very leading practitioner, even while sitting here and waiting for her turn, as well as after her turn, she has been continuously talking. I'm sure these are patients. These are, dispensary people from her colleagues from her dispensary who are continuously calling. And, she's been brief, but, she's at it. And Madam, thank you again for sparing your time and coming across and sharing your experiences. I think it was very insightful and a very different manner in which a practitioner takes it to heart and really gets involved with even the patient's psychosis before the cure is really brought on. Thank you, Madam. Dr. Yogesh Kulkarni, you have always been a good scientific friend. I must say, and I hope we have also enthused you sufficiently, because exactly as Chairman Sir said, this is just the beginning. And what we have done is only conceptually imagined pilots and taken them to some particular state. The real test and the real science is something that follows. Dr. Priyadarshini Gunaratne, Madam, in your presentation, after all the theories, you brought in the various pictures from your practice. And that was just an amazing sense of satisfaction in the manner in which you have employed basic principle. And most importantly, the kalpana of Rugnahit, how you have upheld it at all points of time. I cannot even imagine the gratitude, the blessings that you have received from all those patients whose limbs you have managed to save. Thank you once again for taking time and coming across. I did tell my own colleague, Dr. Mukesh Chawda, to cut 5 minutes in his entire speech. He did take 15 minutes more. But you could see the scientist in him. You could see the enthusiasm in him, in which he wanted to present the kind of scientific discourse that is today on in our company. And yes, he has been a core architect in all our research work. And I'm sure, like you have received this particular book, which is a report card of the last 5 years of work, periodically you will be hearing much more from all of us, because all of those institutes that we have been able to tap into and activate, there are various projects that are going on right now, and we encourage even MD students to speak to the company. One of the things that we don't like only to do with an MD student, I'll be very blunt, most of the MD students call us for the medicines. What we want is actually the MD students to come and manufacture the medicines themselves, do the quality control themselves, do the standardization themselves, and then take the medicines out for whatever trials that they want to do. This is the kind of engagement we would like to have with scholars. We are not out here only to give a discount or only to provide the medicines. An MD thesis to us is a new leaf of knowledge that's added to this great science called Ayurveda. And that has to be done to that level of seriousness. It cannot be just a postgraduate degree that is just achieved by a particular thesis paper. And I hope we can meet students who kind of share this entire thought process. I would also like to thank the audience, leading practitioners again from Colombo and all around, students, scholars. I can see there are a lot of researchers also that have come from other disciplines. There are surgeons, of course, there are consultants. I can see a lot of faculty also that has taken time to come. As we have seen, all the provincial commissioners also have taken time to travel. It must have taken you, sirs and madam, almost 4 and 6 hours to come, but I really do thank you for taking the time and coming to this entire Sambhashan. And, we are going to hopefully have it every year. And we will go on adding a lot more feature to it. And certainly after today and the delay that has taken place, we would break it up into sessions and not just make it 1 or 2 keynote speakers, by which it's a more comfortable kind of arrangement and a layout for the entire conference. And probably we can get more scholars to come and share their experience. With these words, I would end my vote of thanks and thank each one of you from everyone in Sri Dhootapapeshwar for sparing your time and giving us the honor of your gracious presence here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Puranik, the Managing Director and the Chairman of Sri Dhootapapeshwar Limited. Standing along 150 years is an onerous task. Some words quoting from Mr. Puranik's speech: yes, yet small steps, but confident, not taking back. That might be the success story of having such a tremendous journey and establishing their practice here in Sri Lanka more than a decade, I think nearly 1.5 decades. Giving the Ayurveda practitioners what is expected to treat patients in a more efficient manner. Alpa matropayogitvat, as I mentioned previously, with tiny doses without giving a bunch of medication. Today we have realized the importance of Rasashastra to a greater extent. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. And once again, a very big thank you for Sri Dhootapapeshwar Limited for giving this opportunity for practitioners, consultants, and specialists, even the students. They got together to learn more and to engage in this practice, To a certain extent, if we were doing something here in Sri Lanka that will boost the Pithora to exceed more and succeed more in the future as well. We're expecting you the next year as well, this type of conference, this type of knowledge sharing experience that itself Rasashastra has been mentioning in its ordinary text. So we need to share knowledge, we need to share our expertise, and we need to have our experience boost to treat the patient. Not to treat when it comes to worse condition, but even to prevent at an initial stage. Let's communicate this message to the entire country, and yet with small steps, but yet confidently, let's drive out the success. Thank you very much, and see you at the 7th episode soon here in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Sri Dhootapapeshwar Limited, participants, esteemed intellectuals. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant day.